Before going into the topic details, I want to bring your attention to the UPSC coaching programs offered by ClearIAS. ClearIAS offers online and offline courses to help candidates get selected for prestigious government services like IAS, IPS, or IFS. ClearIAS, Prelims cum Mains, PCM course, provides a highly effective study plan, well-organized subject-wise videos, study materials, mock exams, and guidance to cover the entire GS syllabus of UPSC CSE Prelims, Mains, and Interview systematically. As a limited-period offer, there is a 40% discount on our online courses. Enroll now.
What are the factors of production? Factors of production simply means the items that need to be brought together to enable production. So there are, in economics say that there are 4 factors of production. So what are the 4 factors? Yeah, you are right. Land, labor, capital for organization, or land, labor, capital, organization. Okay, you're right. So all these factors should combine together to have some production to be achieved. So let's take the example of production of rice. Let's say if there is a farmer who intends to satisfy the needs of all the villages where he resides. So he is trying to cultivate rice. So what should he need? Suppose he does not have any land. He will be taking land from somebody who has land, right? So he has to give something to that landowner. What will he give to that landowner? What? Rent. You're right. So the land gets what? The land gets rent. And he alone cannot cultivate the whole land to satisfy the needs of all the villagers. So he need to hire labor. He need to hire laborers, right? So will they work for free? No, right? They also have some expectations, right? What is the expectation of the labor? Wages, right? So the labor gets wages. Also, he does not have any money with him. He has to approach a bank and ask them to give money. So the bank will give money, that is capital, to the farmer so that he can deploy the capital and to do the production. So what does the capital get, or what does the bank get? Interest. Yeah. So the capital gets interest. And the organization. Organization means actually the entrepreneur himself, or entrepreneurship. So that farmer is the organization. There is now only one entrepreneur is there. So suppose he has to actually link everything, right? He has to link the land. He has to meet the landowner to get the land. He has to go to the different laborers and organize them together and assign some different responsibilities. Maybe somebody for ploughing the land, somebody for taking out all the weeds out of the land, somebody for irrigation, somebody for to plant the seeds, somebody for harvesting. Different things are there. So the entrepreneur is the one who organizes everything and ensure that production happens. So he is the person who takes all the risk. He's actually taking a huge risk, right? He has to give the rent back to the landowner. He has to pay wages to the laborer. He has to pay interest to the capital. So he is the person who is taking all the risk, and he agrees that he will do all these. He will pay all the incentives to the respective factors of production. So he is the organization or entrepreneur or entrepreneurship. Different words are being used. So what is his incentive? What does he get? Profit. So he is working for profit. Clear? Is this part clear? Everybody? Okay, perfect. And I will just introduce a few other terms for this. Land, right? By land, it means actually all the natural resources, not just land as such. If we use any natural resource, that can be considered as a land. For example, if let's say a Geo is a company which is in the internet connectivity field, right? So they will be using spectrum, the broadband spectrum, right? So that comes under land. So they will be giving the rent or license fee to the government because they are using a natural resource. So instead of land, we can say that it's a natural resource. Instead of labor, can you suggest some other term that can be used? Human resource. Fine. This is a natural resource. So labor is a human resource. Or we can say that human capital. This is also a sound form of capital, right? If, in case of this, the example which we have taken is the example of farming, and he will be usually using unskilled people, or people with only semi-skilled people will be there. But for, let's say, if the entrepreneur is starting an IT company, so he need highly skilled people there. So that skill in people, the knowledge in the human resource, or the skill set of the human resource, that is considered as a capital now. So that capital is called human capital. So instead of labor, we can use the term human capital. And instead of this capital, to distinguish between human capital, we can use the term physical capital. And instead of organization, we can also use the term entrepreneur or entrepreneurship. So this is the 4 factors of production. Understood this, right? Okay, perfect. So we now understood that resources are scarce. We have to improve production, and how we have to improve production. So 4 factors have to come together to improve production. So that is, that's a very fundamental concept of economics. So you become a collector, you become some other officers with respect to the government of India. You should understand that for every country to prosper, they should improve their production. For a country to become rich, they have to improve their production.